Good morning, everyone. We are live from Houston, Texas. My name is Drew Amborski, and this is Wednesday, June 6th. Show number 37. Very exciting. I can't wait till I hit show number 100. That's when I can go into syndication. Come to a YouTube channel near you. That's how Oprah made all her money. She went syndicated. Once she saw those numbers add up, she was like, oh yeah, put me everywhere. Chicago's fun, but I want to go everywhere. Good morning, Captain Patty. Good to see you. Good morning, Captain DJ. DJ was here before the show started. If you're new to Captain Housekeeper Live, I always set up the show, the streaming of the show, at least 15 minutes early. So come, join the chat room before the show even starts, and we can chit-chat. Good morning, Captain Kristen. Good to see you too. Kristen's here. My comments are right there, so if you see me glancing away, that's all I'm doing. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Pam. Good to see you. Lots of people here today. Oh, and you've already given the show a thumbs up. Aren't you sweet? You have so much confidence in how this is going to go. And I appreciate it very much. So anyway, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the Captain Housekeeper YouTube channel. And if you want to know when I go live, because sometimes I go live at different times, I try not to, but sometimes I do, you have to ring that little notification bell that's next to the word subscribe. And you'll get a little ping on your phone or whatever device you're using. And that will allow you to know when I've gone live. I hate to have you miss out. Oh, Beverly's here. Good morning, Beverly. Nice to see you. Well, it's hump day, everyone. If you're working 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, it's halfway over, people. If you're a full-time Captain Housekeeper like I am, it's never over. It's just another day in paradise. But Wednesday, tomorrow I'm supposed to do all my laundry, but because of those canceled appointments I told you about yesterday, some of them got rescheduled for tomorrow. So today I will be doing laundry all day long so that I'm not wearing, a bathing suit under my shorts when I go to the grocery store. I have to go to the grocery store today too. Hey, KB's here. Good morning, KB. Nice to see you. I heard you're still all having really nice spring weather up north. I'm very jealous. We're having end of summer heat in Houston. It's just, I wore my Hawaiian shirt in celebration of all the heat. It's 75. KB says it's 75 where she is. Beverly says 64. That's not fair. Okay, in the wintertime when it's 72 and you guys are like 20 below, I'm going to make fun of you. I'm going to point that out. Anyway, Pam asked, what did you do with your day off yesterday? Well, some of you know because you were here, I had 3 appointments cancel on me. Boom, boom, boom. So I had an entire afternoon where I hadn't planned on doing, because I had appointments. I didn't have any freedom yesterday. Suddenly open up. Well, Pam, I'm glad you asked. First thing I did is I took a nap. It felt so good to just not have anything pending for an hour or maybe a little more. So I took a nap. Felt really good. I went to a favorite little trinket shop of mine that has really weird stuff. It's not too far from here in Houston. I can't remember the name of it or I'd share that with you. But I went there and I just kind of explored, and they have like some incense and stuff that are real unusual. And it was just fun to interact with some people that, kind of live on the edge. It was just fun. The nap was my favorite part. Angela says, I'm with you. It's never over. How do you recharge? I'm always tired. Well, Angela, I'm always tired. But what's interesting is I actually think of being Captain Housekeeper of my home. I think of it as this marathon that I'm running. And if you're running a marathon, you have to take care of yourself. You have to, or you're going to run out of energy, or you're going to injure yourself. Both of which I've done. I've pushed myself too far before. And what happens is you end up getting injured or overexhausted, and then everything collapses because what you wish you could do, you can't do anymore. So living in Houston, we have a lot of heat, and so they're always giving advice, if you have kids going out and playing football, this is what you should do. One of the things that they're always emphasizing is to, before you go into the heat and before you do the activity, drink the water then. Don't wait until you're thirsty or having heat stroke. So I like to start my day with a lot of water. I like to make sure that I balance my food. I don't skip meals, which is really easy to do. Kristen says hydrate the night before. Absolutely. We're athletes when we're in charge of the house. We're in a marathon that goes on and on and on. I absolutely love it because I love my home. I love my loved ones. I want this experience to be amazing. It's a lot of balls in the air that we're juggling. So think of it as a marathon. Take power. Patty says take power naps. Yes, power naps. DJ says smacks during the day. I have a feeling you mean snacks, but if you have to smack yourself around, no, don't do that. Snacks during the day, absolutely. I do snack. I eat 3 meals a day, but I also have, probably what are considered smaller meals as snacks. I just had a snack just before the show started. I ate breakfast before everyone went off to work this morning, but I knew before the show started that the show is going to continue because once it ends here, I need to go. I have to shut down all the equipment, everything. This takes longer than just the time I'm on the air. So I had some almonds for a snack. According to my research, almonds are really, really good for you. Have a lot of anti-inflammatory and good fats and things you can't get elsewhere. So I felt good about eating some almonds just before the show started. So now I feel really good. When I finish the show, I'm going to go have a balanced lunch. If you follow me on Instagram, yesterday I didn't have a balanced lunch, but it sure was delicious. I found this new place. It's been open about, I don't know, a year. And they cook inside a school bus, and then it's all school themed, which I find really, really creepy as a 50-year-old man because it's all cheerleaders and it's like, but the hamburger was really good. If you want to see it, there's a picture on my Instagram feed. There's a link in the show description. Kristen says, yes, that's what athletes do. Hydrate the night before, snack, take power naps. Angela, you have to take care of yourself if you're going to be in this marathon. And if you do, it's so worth it. It's just so worth it. It's so satisfying. So anyway, today I have to do laundry, knowing that I have my appointments tomorrow. And then I also have to water all the plants. Have you watered your plants lately? They need it. They need to hydrate also. Also feed your plants. It's something I learned the hard way. I thought if I just put water in my house plants, they'd stay alive, but they need food too. So I just got a little bottle of house plant food and I just put it in the water every time and then you don't have to worry about it. And then your plants actually don't die. It's a miracle. So I have to do that. Oh, yesterday, remember we talked about stinky disposals. So if you want my tips on how to freshen up your disposal, yesterday's show would be the one to watch. Go back, it's right there on my YouTube channel. And I mentioned I used an all-natural soap from a crazy person, but I couldn't remember the name. And somebody reminded me in the comments yesterday, it's Dr. Bronner's. It's Castile soap. I like the eucalyptus, but they also come in almond and lavender, and it's a pure soap that's vegan if that's important to you also. If you're curious what I'm talking about, I put it in my Amazon product page. There's a link to it in the show description. I also put something that, Captain Stitching Out Loud. I don't think she's here today. Captain Stitching Out Loud asked yesterday also about some all-natural ways to keep your drains flowing. This is especially important if you have a septic tank. Here in Houston, I'm hyper aware. We are constantly reminded that our water sheds into the Gulf of Mexico. So if you put anything, let's say some people like to dump stuff in the ditch to get rid of it, buckets of things. That goes directly into the Gulf and can affect the dolphins and the sharks and stuff, and that's no fun. So we're kind of hyper aware of that. So I wanted to show you Captain Stitching Out Loud. I don't think you're here, and this will be backwards. But it's called Earthworm, and it's an organic drain cleaner. It's natural enzymes. Once again, enzymes to the rescue. And you can put this down the toilet, or you can put it down your sink, or wherever you think the pipes are building up. I also threw this on my Amazon product page if you want to read about it further. I do that mainly because I know when you live in the country especially, you don't have a lot of stuff available to you easily. So I know Amazon's been really great for those of us that live in the rural areas. So go ahead and go to my Amazon product page, and you can see this Earthworm drain cleaner. It's safe for pets and stuff, which I like, and it's safe for your septic. And it's just, oh, KB says she uses that as well. Have you had good luck? I've had good luck with it, KB. I think, KB, you're the one that said you had a septic tank, so you can't put bleach down your drains. Pam asked how my sweet potato plant's coming. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been trying to propagate some sweet potatoes. Here in Houston, I don't know if it's everywhere else, but if you live somewhere where it gets real hot and you need drought-resistant plants that are beautiful, which is what we're always looking for, sweet potato vines do really well here, and they're chartreuse. It's hard to find a plant that's chartreuse. It's so beautiful. It makes everything else just glow. So sweet potato vines are chartreuse, but they do really, really well, and they get really long. So I have them as the spiller in a lot of my plants. If you saw one of my videos before, you can look it up. It's how to plant containers of annuals, and I use the thriller filler spiller method, which is just fun to say, especially when you're wandering around Home Depot talking to yourself. People just look at you crazy. But anyway, they grow really long, but they're easy to propagate. So I'm determined never to buy another one again. So I've been taking clippings and just putting them in water, and they root like within a day or two. It's shocking how quickly they root. If they're in the ground, which I've had them in the ground before, all you have to do is take one of the runners and put dirt over a piece of it, and it'll just sprout a whole new plant where you buried it. I like easy plants, especially when they're chartreuse. Really pretty. Oh, KB gave the earthworms, this earthworm drain cleaner, a thumb up also. So, hey, Elisa's here. Hi, Elisa. It's good to see you. Welcome. There are 14 people here. I appreciate it. It's so nice to see you all. If you're having trouble finding how to chat along with us, if you are on a device and you've gone full screen, that takes away your ability to chat. A couple people private messaged me yesterday that they had trouble finding it. So just a reminder, if you're full screen on a device, you can't chat. You might be able to see the chat, but you can't chat along with us. And I'd love to hear from all of you. I know some of you are lurking because some of you said you were coming to the show before the show started, and I haven't seen you pop up. But I respect lurkers. They support the whole ecosystem of social media. KB says this earthworm stuff is not like Drano. It keeps your septic working well. We haven't had to pump yours out for 14 years. Gosh, that's a long time, KB. Good for you. That is actually really proves that these enzymes work. Angela wanted to know if it works good on hair clogs. It's more of a slow, it keeps everything clean, so hopefully you won't have clogs in the future. So it's not going to be, it's not like an acute problem solving liquid. You might still have to go with the Drano with that. But then once it's clear, you can start putting the earthworm down it. If you like it, there's probably other products that are enzymatic also. Enzymes do a lot of good. Angela wants to know what kind of veggies I have. Well, I have all containers this year for the first time, Angela. I put out one tomato plant, and I got more tomatoes than I could eat this year. I had to give away tomatoes because there were just so many of them. I had no idea the container gardening was so effective. I had it in my head if I put the plants in the ground, the roots would stay cooler. But what I didn't really consider for all those years I was in denial about it is you can't move the plants. So here, like here, I have these little microclimates in my yard that sometimes some of them are super hot. And one of the places where I wanted the sun for the plants was too hot. And now I discovered if I put them in containers, I can move the containers around, which is much more effective for me having an urban garden in the south. So anyway, I have tomatoes, and I have some basil, and I have some sage, and I have an eggplant, and I have a cucumber vine that's going insane. I'm going to have way too many cucumbers. Maybe I'm going to learn how to make pickles. My daddy used to make bread and butter pickles that I absolutely loved. I don't know if this type of pickles, but hey, my sister Deborah's here. Good morning, Deborah. Good to see you. I also have some thyme growing. I use thyme as a spiller. Oh, and I have a tangerine tree this year. This is my first year with a citrus tree. I'm very, very excited. It's covered in green tangerines that are now, you know, they're like that big now. So I imagine they're Satsuma tangerines, which are the kind that can peel real easily. And I don't think they get much. I think they're going to about double more in size. And then they should start ripening. San78's here. Good morning, San78. And she makes pickles all the time. Well, when it's time to make pickles, San78, I'm coming to you for some advice because I've never done it. I've canned a lot of things. I had my mama teach me how to can stuff when I was in college, actually, so I could have food to eat throughout the year besides SpaghettiOs. Elisa said no lemon trees. Well, I've been afraid of citrus, Elisa, and I don't know why, because they grow all over the city, and they grow really well. San78's pickled crab apples, too. Those were all over the place in Michigan when I lived there. Kristen said, I live in an upstairs apartment and only have a screened-in balcony. Can I grow veggies in pots? You probably do really, really well with like greens. You could probably grow lettuce and kale and spinach and things like that really well because they do really well with part sun. There are some things that need full sun in order to put on fruit and to grow, like, you know, I don't think you could grow a watermelon on your porch, you know. But there's stuff like herbs. Herbs would do great on your porch. You could probably have an endless supply of herbs because you're in a very humid area, Kristen. So anyway, you need cross-pollinating with bugs and no screens. Well, if you're doing herbs and lettuce and stuff like that, you don't need the bugs for pollinating. You only need it for fruits and vegetables, but there are ways you can pollinate your own plants. I'll keep it rated G. I snorted. You can, like with tomato plants, if you don't have enough bees and bugs in your yard for tomato plants, you can shake them because they'll self-pollinate just by shaking them. And a lot of plants, if you shake them, you can pollinate them. But, excuse me, I would just stick with herbs and, you know, stuff like that. Unless you have a lot of sun, but I don't think you said you did. Excuse me. So, anyway, 18 people here. Hello, 18 people. If you're just arriving, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate it very much. Ring the notification bell if you want to hear that I have gone live, because sometimes I go live in the afternoon. That's the only way to know. Also, on your way out, when the show's over, please like this video and share it with all your friends. I need lots of new subscribers. I actually only have like 2 months left to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm not going to make it. So anyway, tell your friends to subscribe. It's fun. If you want to follow along on what happens after the show, I do Instagram stories after the show, so you can follow along what happens after the show. And I'd love to see you over there on Instagram. Oh, look, 10 people have given it a thumbs up. Y'all are so sweet. I'm always so happy to talk with you every day. Yes, I snorted when I laughed, Angela. I cracked myself up. What can I say? Okay, well, Kristen, Angela, Lurker, I know you're there, Lurker. Just because you're in charge of your house doesn't mean you have to do everything. Automate and delegate whenever possible. There's a blog post on my website, and there's a link in the show description if you want to see what I mean by automation and delegation. San78 said, I saw your boho bag on Kristen Omdahl's site. I'm making it this weekend. Oh, as some of you know, my side hustle is as a crochet designer. I call myself the Crochet Dude. And last year, I was asked to be on Vicky Howell's new show called The Knit Show, which is a YouTube-based knit show and crochet show. And it just won a bunch of web awards, which I'm so proud of Vicky. She put the show together so well. And I designed a little boho style purse using Kristen Omdahl's organic cotton yarn, and it came out super duper cute. So if you want to see that, I have it on my website, thecrochetdude.com. Just look up boho bag, just search for that. I'll throw it in the show description once the show's over, a link to that if you're watching in the future. Yeah, so that's cool. You're gonna make it this weekend. You know what? It goes really, really fast. You're gonna whip that bag up super duper fast, and you'll love it. So, okay, well, say it with me, folks. No matter what life throws at me, I have the ability to make this a fantastic day. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 11 a.m. Central in the USA. Love you guys. Bye.